again. We'll see what happens. What up, though?
Oh, it's working. Okay.
Oh, bad. There I go. I'm like, where am I at?
I'm behind you.
I'm on this jump. Yeah, you know.
Oh, that is cute. I don't know why I said cute. That's such a dumb word to describe art. That is really beautiful. I love the colors.
Hey, listen, tell anybody that want to get it is what is it, 4x5?
That's big. Nice.
Yes, 4 foot by 5 foot. You know, they want to grab it, they come get it for 3 racks right now.
Who did it?
Ikena Chineme. Yeah, my guy Ken did it. Yeah, he's and you know what's funny? He's actually in school right now to be a doctor. But he's also Nigerian, so I guess yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah, so the artists that I run across often don't have the most support in terms of being an artist, and only an artist from the family. You got to go do this, you got to go do that stuff. So yeah, but yeah, his paintings and his stuff moves. And actually, the only reason I have this here right now is because of the size and the combination of the size and the price. So I'm just waiting for the right person to come along. We can fit in their spot. It's gonna look beautiful. They'll bring the right energy, and they got the bank for it. So that's just it. You know what I mean?
I was being like fat and stuff, so like I started. Let me see. How did I? Oh, this is what I was over here doing. So
okay. What's that? Fish?
Fried
chicken. Oh, I'm about to make my stomach spin. Oh man.
Well, let me make some fried chicken real quick, but then it wasn't real quick.
Oh yeah, nah, ain't nothing real quick about that. But yeah, I just had me some plant-based spaghetti, with some chickpeas, right beforehand. So I'm currently digesting as well. Yes. But yeah, my meal only took 15 minutes though. You know what I mean?
I mean, I just need 1 more minute and then it should be good.
Okay, all right, nice. So make sure you put hot sauce on that though.
Oh, you already know.
Yeah, don't leave home without it. Oh, hold up. Did that say Obey?
Yeah.
Obey got hot sauce?
And in the DMV, yeah.
Oh, they black. All right, say that. Obey got. Nobody put me on.
Okay, yeah, on it.
Kia Green, I see you. Yeah, get them garbanzo beans in your life. You know what I mean? Get that protein straight from the source. We like that. So definitely thank everybody for tuning in. I got a chance to tune in. Anybody that's catching us on the playback, appreciate you for coming in as well too. I wanted to get the young lady in here, discuss a few things with me because I feel like she has, along with her pricing and how she markets and packages that and prepares the customers for that, I think this is another area that she's gotten down now. So I wanted to bring Miss Simone Agoyusse. That's what I say, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? To the spotlight. Every time I say it, I feel like I have an accent or something when I say.
Yeah, I love it.
Keep talking like that. So yeah, thank you, Simone, for being here. We appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you. So, you've, from me watching, I've been a fan, for a handful of years now, and I've been privy to seeing, you develop, over the years. And, I was able to, because I had to go and, track it down. So I was able to, procure one of your earlier paintings. And I'm looking at all the stuff you're doing now. You
what
know,
was that? 2017.
that was 17. You
That's
know,
crazy.
listen, I'll be on it, and
He's like,
I have an eye. I have an
right,
eye.
right.
You know, and I see, you know, it's a combination of things. It's not just that I see artists has, you know, some skill set, but I'm noticing things around them, you know, how they move in consistency and stuff. Like, I know, barring something crazy happen, there's a good chance this artist is going to be here, you know, 10, 15, 20 years from now. And that's the type of stuff that, you know, I want to be a part of, particularly if I could get in early, you know, on the ground floor. So, yeah, I was definitely, you know, was on you. A couple other artists, it didn't happen because she just didn't come over and talk to me. She was acting bashful for some reason. But I almost had a Whitney Austin piece for $500. Also, and this was 2016. You know, now joints is going 8, 9, 10 racks. You
Yeah.
know, so listen, I be on it. I know what's happening. I know what's happening. I got my pulse on things, and I'm gonna be spotting people, and I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, let me mess with this one, let me mess with this one, you know. And it's a mutual situation, you know. It's things that I can provide, and you know, people I know, networks I can pull people into, so I can also do things for artists. But I really want to, you know, have my name mentioned when they be like, yeah, you know, way back when I started there, man, you know, he been here like that. Like, I love being a part of the journey, you know, being able to tell a story from my perspective. So
Yeah.
yeah, big fan of art, as well as being an artist myself. So I want to talk about niching down and really particularly how I train artists when I'm doing, you know, when I'm getting their branding right, on deciding what it is they're going to do and how the message is going to be and how they're going to present that. So when someone asks them what it is that they do, they're not rambling for 10 minutes. And at the end of that, people still like, yeah, so what do you
I
do?
know, right?
And, you know, because that happens often. Yeah, like I didn't, you know, I heard what you were saying, but I'm still unclear, you know, so I get, you know, the clarity and all of that, you know, with my artists. But also I mean, obviously, it's the little longer path where you kind of just keep doing, and things just, you know, whittle down and funnel down, and you find yourself. But what was that process like for you? From you, like when you started, maybe your subject matter was real broad, you know, to maybe, you know, coming down and stuff. Like, what was that journey like for you?
So for me, I always just gravitated to painting the things that I love, and I love people, and I used to always paint myself too. No, no vanity at all in that. Like, but really just being free and not feeling like I have to paint a certain thing in order to get a certain result. I think like really going into your art with a free and open mind and allowing yourself to experience and create anything and everything that comes to you really helps you to see which you enjoy creating the most. So that's kind of like how I approached it. Because again, I was just coming from a place of just creating because of my own desire to create. And then within that process, I started to see what I really connected to. And it took years. It took like some years, to be honest with you. Like trying to find your artist style or niche down on a specific, you know, being known for something, that definitely took some time. But once you see it, then you see it. And that's what happened to me. Like as soon as I started painting, like it literally just happened last year, the whole black on black with the glass. Once I started creating that and I could like really connect with the piece, and I'm like, this is me. Like literally, this is me. Like this is the whole Simone Agoyusse in a painting. Then I was like, this is my style. This is my niche. So really just being free and open and not trying to rush the process. I feel like a lot of times we're just trying to hurry up and be known for a certain style, but just allowing it to find you, I think, is the best way, and how I kind of like went through that process.
All right, nice. And that's the way it kind of appeared. And I know, you know, everything to the public is not exactly the way it is, you know, behind the scenes and everything. But just from watching, as you know, anybody who's watching this might have witnessed as well. It's like, you know, you were just creating. Then you kind of found something that I would kind of call your own. you know, with the combination of exactly how you pull everything together. Like I know, Dre works in glass. He's one of my artists in the Pay the Artist Club. But Dre doesn't do what you're doing. You know, like I know other artists who work with glass, I know other artists who do portraits. You know, I know other artists who might paint in, you know, monochrome or maybe with splashes of color. It's like the exact way you put it together is exclusive to you. So it's like, let's say you got a recipe for, you know, a sweet potato pie or something. Like, everybody's sweet potato pie ain't exactly the same. You know what I mean? You know, the colors might be a little different, you know, the sweetness a little different, consistency in there a little different. You know, everybody not using that hidden graham cracker crust, you know what I mean? They might want to use some more regular, like, listen, what are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. Like, I mean,
that brown sugar and the white sugar, and you need both.
Listen, I gotta tell them to keep the white sugar out of it, because, you know, all my guys on here, it contributes to jacking your area up and all that outside of high blood pressure. But, you know, you don't want no ED going on, none of that. Keep that sugar out of you. Hey, listen, I know you married. Tell your husband too. Tell him I said it was good. Hey,
yeah,
tell him D Muse said cut down on that white sugar.
Well, we don't eat sugar in my house.
Oh, all right, so you good.
I got no sugar in here.
Oh yeah, you good. We trying to live long, and we trying to, you know, perform what we supposed to perform. So we don't need none of that. But everybody's is a little different. You can still call it, you know, sweet potato pie. You know, you can still serve it for dessert or whatever. But it's not exactly the same. And when you want grandmas, Ain't nobody else gonna do. You know what I mean? You got a taste for that. You've developed that, and, you know, that's your bar now. And I feel like, you know, the combination of, you know, the resin, you know, the glass, you know, your painting techniques, of course, subject matters. Like, I also feel like you found what I would think is you. So I'm glad that's, you know what I mean? We agree on that. Yeah, because I could have been wrong. Only you could be right. So I could have been wrong on that. So I'm glad I'm right about that. And that's the way it feels. Like when you're looking at those pieces, like when you know, I was down in Baltimore at a Brick Rose Exchange, and you had the artist dinner. Like each one of those felt like I was standing next to you when I was looking at the thing, which is, you know what I mean, a dope feeling. So I got it. And any type of critique I do on the artist comes from what the artist's intention was. And then we look at, did you achieve what you intended to achieve? And then that's what you critique on. Other than that, it's kind of hard to do. Because like the customer's always right. The artist is kind of always right, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can't tell you that this means this when that don't mean that. That's just your interpretation. When I painted it, it meant this, though. So what advice might you have for an artist that does maybe a bunch of different styles or a bunch of different subject matters, and not that you can't have any variation, but just still hasn't figured out what's their thing just yet? Because ultimately, I always say, you're going to be known for something. Like somebody's going to say your name, and an image is going to come in their mind, or a feeling, you know, how they feel about that person will come into mind, or something they heard about that person, how that person makes them feel is going to come to mind. Like you're going to be known for something. So like if there was, you know, more than one Simone Agoyusse down there, people are going to be like, oh, you know, the Simone Agoyusse that does this or that does the glass work. You know, like somebody is going to identify you with something, which is your brand. It becomes, you know, it's your brand, what you're known as. If it was more than one me, you know, in the hood, they're gonna be like, oh no, the Dante, you know, Zach brother, or the one that DJ, or the football player. I mean, whatever is like that, like, you know, it just happens. So what if somebody hasn't found that yet for them, what would be your advice to help move them along that path to finding that?
I think that they would first need to like realize what they enjoy doing the most. I think it's important. And then too, like you said, like there's nothing wrong with doing everything and trying all the styles and all of that. But at the end of the day, depending on what your goals are as an artist, you want to be known for something, and cause you can't be known for everything. And sometimes I like to reference that quote that they say, like a jack of all trades,
Yeah.
but the master of none. But people always stop at that part, but it continues on. I can't remember the second part. We always we leave out the second part of that quote. So moving on. But I think that just finding that unique style for you is important, especially if you're trying to build a collection, if you're trying to build a name, because when you try to do everything and have everything, it just kind of, I feel like it gets lost. You can get lost in the art world, but you can still do all the things. But, you know, being known for a certain thing and having a collection built around that certain thing, I think should be the goal, depending on, you know, what your overall and overarching goals are to be in the art world, because it's so big. There's so many ways and places to kind of fit in. So, you know, just fit in where you get in, pretty much.
Yeah, I would say, and I was laughing at Bernadine. She talking about, I was talking about her. It's a lot of artists, and you can still, like Simone said, you can still do all the things. You just can't be known for doing all the things.
Yeah.
If you're known for doing all the things, most people aren't going to come to you for anything. Period.
Yeah.
Like if it takes, let's use the 10,000 hour theory. If it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert at anything, and you do everything, when are you ever going to become an expert at anything? Because you got to share those hours. Like, when are you going to get to 10,000? It's going to take you 4, 5, 6 times the amount of time it would have took somebody else to get there, because you're doing 5 and 6 different things. So you never become an expert in anything. So my advice would be, get that 10,000 in one area first, or maybe, you know, only split it between 1 and 2, so you get into the 10s faster, and then start opening up. Once you become an expert in something, once you're known for doing something, once you got something locked down, then when you introduce something else, people are like, oh, well, I know you for this, but I see that you can also do this.
Exactly. And if you like study art history and all the greats and the masters, when we think of Picasso or Da Vinci or any of them, we know them for a certain style. Even though they could do all the things, a Picasso can make a Matisse, and Matisse can make a Picasso, but we know them for like a particular style. So I think it's important to do, just depending on, you know, if that's the type of level that you're trying to like get to in the artwork. Like, if that's not your goal, if you're not trying to, you know, be a master, because, you know, you don't have to be a master. It's cool. Not everybody has to be a master. It's fine. You know, you do whatever, however rocks your boat. But if that is your goal, to be known, like you said, to be the great and the master at something, then you definitely need to kind of like hone in onto one type of style and master it.
Did you seem to also have found, not only, I guess, yourself really as an artist, but you've kind of found your customer as well too, I feel like.
Yeah.
How was, like, did the customer have any type of you know, inspiration into, you know, what it is you end up, you know, really finding your niche being, or was it a kind of, they were already, you know, in tune with you, and because kind of like the same thing that I see, that they can see what you've been doing currently is true to you, so they just kind of fell in line with that as well? Or how do you think that was in affecting them?
Yeah, I definitely believe that it was. Ooh, hold on, wait a minute. Can't be burning the chicken now.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Wait a
Nah, we
minute.
don't do that. We don't want to do that. Just make sure you cook all that blood out, though. We don't want no salmonella, nothing crazy going on. Dope ass artist, what's up? I like that. I like that name. Creatress,
Yeah,
is good with you? See you in here. Yeah.
that was a close one right there.
Yeah, don't burn the house now.
Because you know, when it starts slowing down, it's like, oh, hold on, wait a minute.
Thank you.
Okay, so you were saying, like, for collectors, did my collectors kind of shape my style of art?
Yes.
Nope. Definitely not. And I think that because I have such a And I think too, it's a difference between like collectors and clients too. Like collectors, I feel like are people that really just love everything that you do, like regardless of what it is, and like you kind of attract them. But then clients are like a different type of, you know. Want you to kind of like.
We froze up.
Oh.
All right, there we go. We good. We good.
Because I'm moving all around.
I have to say, must have been the hot sauce.
I know, right? But like that was something that I know that I could not allow. And I feel like we can easily kind of like get wrapped up in like the masses of what the people want and stuff like that. But sometimes people don't know what they want or what they need until they're presented with it. So I never wanted like other people or like the media or anything like commercials or anything to try to like influence what it was that I wanted to say, because then at that point it's not my message anymore. It's somebody else's. And then at that point also I feel like it's not going to show who I truly am as an artist, because I'm doing something that somebody else wants me to do all the time. And that's another reason why it's hard for me to do a lot of commissions. I have to kind of put a cap on that. But no, I feel like if you just stay true to who you are and the type of artist you want to create, then your clients or your collectors will start to, like, you'll attract the right people that connect with your art versus me creating art that kind of like, what's the word I want to use? Like, creating art that, I can't even think of how to even word it any other way, because I guess I'm not even trying to have it in my mind, but the main point is just creating art that can attract your crowd, and then, you know, teaching them like, oh, like I want my art. And I feel like when we create art, it should be created in a way that when people see it, they're like, oh, how could I have lived without this art all my life? Like, this is exactly what I needed in my house, or this is exactly how I felt in a painting. Like, I need this. So for collectors to kind of know that, then they will already have it. They wouldn't need me or my art. But when you can create something that when people see it, they didn't even know they needed, then I feel like you're onto something. So I love my collectors and I love my clients, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna paint what I want to paint.
Yes, and that's funny because I tell people that, but I've never heard an artist that wasn't also on the business side as much as I am say that that there's a difference between, you know, an art buyer and a collector, and people are just using the term, oh, blah blah blah, collecting this. I'm like, yeah, that's not really how collectors actually move. Like, yeah, you got people that like art and that buy art, you know, and stuff like that, but that's the difference between, you know, that person and a collector. Like, you know, a collector essentially is getting, you know, really, not that a buyer isn't, but a collector feels like that piece is a part of you.
Yeah.
When they're collecting their stuff. So yeah, I haven't got, you know, the chance to you know, get any of the new stuff or the new style yet. You know, I'm still on my my old stuff. You know what I mean? You buy low, sell high. You might have already missed me. I might have to go into the fun, you know what I mean, to come in and get something from you.
Pick a line.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Might have to bust a CD open or something like that. It's like, oh, let me go get.
I do payments
like,
I do though, for real though.
Yeah, listen, I already know it. All artists should. You know, anything above $500, you should have a payment plan on. You know, 100%. Make sure you don't give them the painting until you get that last payment too. Yeah, people get that part. You know what I mean? So I know you didn't make only chicken though, right? You got like some sides with that. You got some vegetables, some green.
Like this. So I'm such a foodie person. So like this fried chicken, it's funny because I cooked it like the traditional, like, you know, way, and now I put it in the air fryer just to give it like a little bit more of a pizzazz on it. But yeah, that's just the appetizer. So for dinner, I'm making Italian shrimp pasta with pesto, basil sauce and stuff. So that is about to be next.
Okay, we got the carbs coming in next.
Yeah, so this is just appetizer. I got a little side salad, and then next we're gonna have the shrimp pasta. So
Oh, okay, okay. Do you work out?
No, I don't work out.
Okay, just genetics. Genetics.
It is, yeah. But I want to start working out. I do want to start working out when it gets
You ain't got no
warm.
time. You ain't got no time to work out. You got like 2 jobs and you paint. You ain't got no time to work out. Yeah, you working out. Could barely get you for exhibition. When you talking about some working out.
I know. But when the days get longer, we'll have more time psychologically.
Okay. All right. We'll figure it out then. But we definitely got to get some of your art back up this way. You know what I mean? Definitely need you in the building in Jersey. Actually, we have I put a call for art out actually for a BIPOC woman artist for the exhibition coming in March. So actually the deadline for that is the 2nd of February. So I mean, you kind of already grandfathered in. You already been in the house. So just give me and let me know what it's gonna look like for you particularly. Everybody else got to apply though. You know what I mean? That's the way that goes.
The post is already on your page.
Yeah. So it's there with a red and black flyer. You know what I mean? My brand colors red, black, white, and yellow. And you'll see it say BIPOC woman art call. So yeah, so any women up there, anybody know any women artists? Definitely share it with them, send it over to them, tag them in it or whatever. Want to get you in the building, add some more things to your CV. We are going to have a nice artist talk that is going to be the first, essentially, I guess, episode of a series that we're going to be putting together with artist talks, where we're going to be going to pretty much like a different, at least different city, but probably different states and within the first year, every month popping up and getting with artists that are in that area. So that's going to be in conjunction with Black Art House.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm on the advisory board for Black Art House. You know what I mean? So we're gonna put that together as well. And speaking of that, we're putting some more things together with Sasha towards the end of the spring, because also on the advisory board for Black Girls Who Paint. So I mean, my artist administrative thing. So yeah, make sure you apply if you haven't to the BIPOC Woman Artist Call. It's on my page. So go ahead and tell a friend about that. Appreciate it. Tell a hubby I said what's up. You know what I mean?
I will.
It's always good. I'm gonna let you go ahead and give him his time. You know what I mean? Definitely appreciate you having on. Yeah, I see you. I'll say he probably in the corner looking like he want to talk junk. He don't be talking junk, but his face look like he be talking junk though.
You know him. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I know you hear it in the background. He looking like he be wanting to say something.
In the background, it's just the look. That's all.
Yeah.
I know what time it is. All right.
Yeah, already. Every time I see him, I gotta make sure. Yeah, he be the funniest. I be doing the most with him. I be giving him all types of daps that I just made up. Oh, what's good, bro? Act like the handshake. I be messing with him all the time. He's hilarious though. He's a good dude. I mess with him. I definitely mess with him. Appreciate you for being here. We're gonna hang out a little bit for everybody who's already here. If you want to hang out, we're gonna bring up Slim Suli next. So thank you, Simone. Pleasure. Love you. See you.
Have a good evening. Thank you.
Yes. Peace. All right. Let me go ahead and get my guy Slim Suli up in here. All right, Suliman, where you at, my guy? I see you. Here you go. Bam. I sent the request. Man, there you go. Oh,
what's up, bro?
Bro, you got the bow tie on. You ain't tell me. I was not prepared. You can't be showing me out. Came up here with the bow tie on, bro, looking clean.
Listen, man, I'm coming to your space, so I got to make sure I represent. I'm representing more than just me.
Yeah, true. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Actually, speaking of that, because we've had you in our space physically before, and you created work live on the spot, which was awesome. You represented in the art battle, like, man, the woman that won was by the skin of her brush. You know what I mean? You was there, you was on the hills. You know what I mean? Like, you definitely did your thing. but I don't think we've actually had your art in the building on the wall though.
Well, you know what? It's
Right?
2022. Let's make it happen. I got a lot of art, man. You can see in the back, just waiting for you to
Yeah,
come.
listen.
Make it happen.
Say that, brother. And you know what? And I guess because some people, I be moving and shaking. You always on the scene. You know, we constantly running into each other and everything. I think sometimes we kind of take stuff for granted or whatever, or stuff past your mind. I'd be like, yeah, I see him all the time. I must have worked with him before. You know what I mean? Then you sit back and you look and you're like, damn, actually, he never formally did. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's put something together, bro. Put something together. Got Sarai is in here as well too, creatress. Yeah, so come to find out, yeah, she hit me. She like, soon. I'm like, yeah, like what you
Listen,
mean?
man. Listen. Shoot. That's my sister now, man. We family. Like we really like family. I got a family, and I'm gonna just put it out there. I'm with the creators DAO. We are a group of creators, and people gonna really find out what we do. But some of what we do is, we help people to get into the NFT world and build up their art careers in different ways. Like not really build their careers, but give them tools to make them more efficient in the crypto world through art. And we do that through sovereignty and showing them how to do smart contracts and creating art from them. And it's a big thing. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. The Creators DAO and Creatress is one of the Creators DAO, as well as myself, as well as Lady Atia, Cocolata, and Jay Golden Kwame. So I'm gonna leave it right there. If you want to know more about NFTs and how to get into them, you can DM me. You can reach out to Creatress because we do this. This is something that we're going to be doing more of.
Okay, you said Jay Golden in it too?
Yeah. So look, that's like a Suliman moment. Like
yeah, so I'm like, yeah, okay.
The Creator DAO is out. I'm giving you the now news because you need it now, not later.
Yes, sir. Okay, that was definitely exclusive on these art streets. I didn't know that. And Jay got to be like one of the quietest people ever, bro. Yo, honestly, I think I might have thought he was mute for a minute. Like I didn't know. And how I found out is I heard that other people have had conversations with him, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You talk? Like, what you mean? Like, I've never heard him say nothing ever. Like, I've never heard him say nothing. I'm like, he talks? Like,
yo,
okay.
Jay Kwame is one of the purest, kindest, most caring, and helping you out, whatever you want to do. Like he gives all of that. Like
yeah.
Taught me about everything about NFT. He got me fully into the game. Like so, like now to where I've been selling some NFTs. I sold them. I sold 2 on OpenSea, and I actually sold 36 on Screensaver. I was actually looking it up today. So 30 NFTs in total.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's a big thing. But it's all about how you actually live in this virtual world. How you live in this crypto world, and to remain your sovereignty. And it's always good for any artist out there to make sure you get your royalties, you get your own contract, your smart contracts, so you can get and gain and keep your own artistic value. That's important.
Yeah.
Very important.
100%. And I think the musicians have been, bringing a light to it. All of the audio artists and really saying, you need to own your stuff.
You do.
You know?
You do. That's why, like, before Prince passed away, he was pushing that, and then he got his own masters and stuff. That's important to own your own content. All of that stuff is important because it comes from you. What you're doing and how you building up people in the art world, that's a skill set. And you need to be compensated correctly for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. So I wanted to bring you on for this talk tonight because, I wanted to talk about how to niche down, as an artist. And like I can see your pieces, same like I was saying with Simone now, where she is at now. She just arrived at, I would say, over the summer last year. You know, it was just recent. And really finding herself, where I can, if I see any of those pieces now anywhere, my first thought is going to be that's a Simone Agoyusse. If I see your work anywhere, if I've seen your work, I've always been right. You know, that looks like Suliman right there. You know what I mean? And I know you have, and I mean, I guess you guys kind of play on each other because I can still see the differences between, you know, you also painting an art team, which is comprised of you, your brother, and your mom. So all three of y'all dope artists. So it just runs in the family. So I think that's beautiful.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if you just picked up, you know, a brush or a crayon or, you know, pencil, whatever, and just started going because she was doing whatever, or just, you know, she taught it or it came first. I don't know what happened, but I'm sure she encouraged it, you know,
Well,
fed it so it can continue to grow. But I can still see the things like if I come in and I just sit back, I can't see none of the labels or nothing, and I look at a, you know, 3 the Hard Way exhibition, like I'm gonna be like, Sully did that one, you know what I mean? I can see his contribution on this one, like I can see. And now granted, you know, I have more of a trained eye, same way like, you know, when I was doing music, I can hear, you know, people short, you know, slightly off pitch and different things like that because you get trained from doing it over and over.
mhm.
So the layperson might not see, you know, exactly how I'm seeing it, but I
Yeah.
can definitely tell. And like, how did you arrive at that point? And particularly because I know you had, you know, and probably, you know, still have mentors, and you've had a bunch of different mentors, and we shared, you know, one mentor, you know, rest in peace, the late great Jerry Gant. But like, how did you arrive at that?
Well, I've been doing art since preschool. You know, like drawing since preschool. Stick figures that evolve, and initially I went to Burnett Street School, and Professor Bernard was my art teacher there, and he actually was the one that first saw that I had some art skill and helped me to push that and put me into a drawing contest and stuff like that, where it made it possible to build my confidence. You know, that's what I knew. He's going to bring me to the side as well as some other artists that he saw something in.
Mm-hmm.
Through high school, Nettie Thomas was one of my art teachers, and she's a dope artist. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I love her. You know, I appreciate her. But I kind of saw Jerry Gant's style, and that I gravitated to that, as well as Cortez Robinson, as well as Jose Emmanuel Cruz. I love color, and that's something that I kind of based around. It
Mm-hmm.
was a time when I didn't even want to put anything in color because I felt like I was gonna mess the drawing up. I take all this time with pencil, and it's like, man, I can't color this. It's gonna be messed up. I went from there, excuse me, to getting to a point where I only wanted to draw it to see it in color. So I just kept on doing things that felt good to me. I actually create with my emotion. Whether I'm sad, happy, whatever, I'm moved by that. But if I'm feeling sad, I'm going to change the narrative by like painting a smile or painting something happy to change my mood. It's my therapy, right? But to answer the question, it took time. It took, like, I had another mentor, Rudy Martin, and he was actually one of my mother's mentor and taught her everything she needed to know about graphic arts, right? He passed away, right? But he told me this story. Somebody came up to an artist that was painting, right? And he's like, how long did that take you to do? And the artist turned to him and said, all my life. So you're seeing me as I made it to this point through my journey. And I have a lot of different styles. And I did hear what you said about you got to master one. And I was taught that, but I went away from that. Because if you do have more things that you're good at, you can't ignore that. I
Mm-hmm.
know how to do graphic art, so digital. You know, I know how to do murals, so I do that. I know how to create comic books, so I actually created my own. And this is Super Sketch Painter. And I made this in 2015. And the story behind that is young artist Khalil Jenkins was distraught behind the death of his favorite superhero character in the finale book, so much that he made an alternate ending to that book. And through his art and passion, he was pulled through a portal into the very world he created, transforming him to Super Sketch Painter. So he's the artistic creator and comic book world protector. When he's asleep as Khalil Jenkins, his astral body travels him through different comic book worlds to save the day. Right?
That's dope. See, now, that is, as far as stylistic, that is contrasting from the other things, but I think I can still see like that. I know that's you because I know that's you.
Mm-hmm.
When I see like your paintings, when I see your graffiti work, your murals and stuff, I can look at that and I know that's you by your work. So that, like, and they're both dope, you know what I mean? Like, but they're like, I don't want to say night and day, but I would take a guess that the same person didn't create them.
Mm.
You know? But I do feel like you've gotten down both of those things. So now maybe like what you were doing on canvas, all right, you know, you, of course, I mean, I think most artists are kind of always going to feel like they, you know, need to continue growing and learning and all of that. But you took like the same style, the same energy, feeling, color, you know, palettes and everything, and you just had to learn different technique things when it went to like making murals and stuff like that, and learn, you know, different spray patterns, different tops and all of that. But you were still within, you know, what's like you without you even thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like, which naturally just pours out of you. Like you found you, and I think like that type of stuff, and which is also, it makes sense because it's the stuff that also comes out anytime you do something live or anytime there's a competition or something like that, because all you're doing is breathing. You know what I mean? Like you're not even really thinking about it. You're just doing that feeling type of stuff that you were discussing. Versus with the comic book, I think that's more, a little more thought out. You know, I mean, obviously it has to be, you know, storyboards or, you know, lines and stuff like that. So it's more planning involved. And I think, and I haven't seen you do the comic book work, but I haven't seen you create it live multiple times. You're not worried about mistakes, or maybe there's no such thing as a mistake, you know, in any other thing where you're creating outside of that comic book type of situation. So like if it's something that maybe you didn't want there at the moment, you know, you're going to go over it, you're going to do another layer, you're going to do something, like it's going to end up where you want it to be when you're on your canvas or you're on a wall or something like that. And I don't see that being the same exact thing when you're doing the comic book stuff. But
Yeah.
I think you got both of them down. So like, you know, I'm looking at that as it's still only the two things, because although you went through different, you know, mediums, different, you know, types of paint and all that stuff, it was still within that same style. So you got that style thing down, then you got the comic book down, and you're only doing two things. You're not doing 10 things, even though it might seem like you're doing 10 things, you know? Because when you're on paper or when you're on that canvas or when you're on that wall, I'm still getting, you know, Slim Suli art world. Like I'm still getting, you know, what's behind you. Like that's what I expect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, what the curveball came in is when I went to Bridge Art Gallery. You know, I went to Bridge Art Gallery last week over in Bayonne, and I'm seeing
Yeah.
nice, and I'm like, whoa, what's this now? You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, outside of the color tones that you use, it was no name on there, I wouldn't have guessed it was you, bro. Like, you know, and the work was beautiful, it was
Appreciate it.
refreshing, you know, I see with, you know, mixed media, you know, the thoughts in the background and everything, and just like the the measurements and the scales of the characters and how all that was all different than, you know, what I've previously seen. So now you're going into another, you know, new bag, which I'm guessing, you know, you're probably going to keep on going until you get that under to where it's like nothing now, and you went in 30 minutes, you know what I mean, in the competition and all that stuff at that point, you know, because you've done it repetitively. But so now I'm looking at that as that's another thing on there now, but you've gotten the other two now, you know what I mean, already. So I still think you're doing it the right way.
Yeah, I was gonna say shout out to the Bridge Art Gallery. You know, have a dope exhibit going on out there, and Dr. Antoinette Ellis Williams, she's the curator, and it's a good event. My mother's also a part of that exhibit, and we have a lot of dope artists that's there as well, like Danielle Scott, Matrice Roach, Cortez Robinson, also Steve Green. Kathleen Bristol, dope people, you know, and I'm part of that. So the thing was based around games people play, you know, but it's based around kid games and what makes you think about that creative expression. And that's what kind of challenged me a little bit, not to where it was like hard to do, but it was like I said, all right, let me just fit into this theme for this event. The piece where there's one piece called guess the number between 1 and 30, right?
Yeah, all the numbers behind it, right?
And,
Yeah.
and he's looking like he's thinking, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's the one called Playground Superhero, where it's like a girl, like she's standing there with these Afro puffs and the slides in the side. It's mixed media mixed in. She got this big A on her like mixed media on her chest, and it you know, with just me saying, okay, let me just try something new. And the funny thing is, I was throwing away books, which we don't really like to do, right? But it was just too much, and these old books, and I was like, I saw a couple of things. I'm like, all right, let me add this to that, and I kind of did that just to see where it can go, and it was fun. I like Cortez Robinson and Steve Green's form of mixed media.
Okay.
Gravitate to that. But that was something, a different look, and I was happy that you saw it and still liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't do too much, you know, because I kind of felt like, well, maybe I didn't do enough, but people
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? That was something that I was actually asking myself when I saw it, right? I'm like, you didn't go crazy heavy on, you know, objects piling on and stuff like that, you know, to really get that 3D and make it, you know, touchable and stuff like that, because it could make it cluttered, you know, clunky. I really felt like it was just enough for me to respect your painting in it as well. And the thoughtfulness that you use all of those pieces to fill in the spaces that you did with it, you know, how you did the numbers, you know, and the pattern that was in, you know, his thoughts, like how you looking, like, I could tell like those were, you know, paste on or whatever, but it was still flat though, you know what I mean? So that was good. So you had the different levels as well too with the textures and the mixed media. Those there, like those pieces, like the you know what? The A just made it. The A was almost too big. The A just made it.
Yeah.
I think the balance was really great, bro. Like it felt good. I didn't feel like, you know, you hid, you know, or covered up some of the canvas with just random things you find. So, you know, you got lazy or whatever. It's like, let me just on it, this and that. Like everything made sense. Like everything was intentional. And it had it not been there, would have made the rest of it not make sense. So, and those are just things that I look for when I look for like mixed media. Is like, all right, how did you put this together? Because some people just be like, all right, take everything, just smash it. I mean, see how I come out as like, I mean, yeah, you can see it as art, but you know, I like the intellectual challenge behind putting that together as well. Just like with you know, music, like I'm, you know, forever always respect the lyricist, because not only do you have to come up with the words, but they have to make sense. The pattern got to be intricate. It got to be in cadence to make the rhyme on the beat. You know what I mean? Like we need double and triple entendres. Like I want to go back and hear something in it that I didn't hear or I didn't catch the first time because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I took it to mean this, but it also means this, and both of them make sense, and both of them dope. You know, like that is the challenge. Like that's artistry. Like
Yeah.
that's what I respect. That's when, like, those are people that are masters. When I'm looking like, oh wow, yeah, like all right, I can see that, and that's what separates, you know, one artist from another. And when you talk about, you know, getting opportunities and do stuff like that, like, does your art do that? Does your art make you think? You know what I mean? Like, what is,
Well,
you know?
I like a lot of second looks, like to get you double, you know, oh, that thing in the back that I see now, I didn't see that when I first looked at it, but oh, wait a minute, that's in there too. You know, I want them to go back 2 or 3 times and notice that I added little things there just so they can see it and take that time and know that I didn't just throw it together. It was,
Yeah.
that's something I like. I like, big fan of surrealism.
Froze up.
I'm good.
Yeah, all right, there you go. You
Okay.
froze tank face too, so I know whatever you said was good. Like, you froze like you were dropping some fire. So go ahead, pick it up.
I said I'm really a big fan of surrealism.
Okay.
I like that. One of the artists I see lately doing a lot of surrealism is Elijah Minton. He's the art alchemist. Dope, man, real dope. So
I've been on Elijah from what, 2016 as well too. I got a half finished piece from a live painting from Elijah. Every time you see this piece, you're like, yo, let me get that back, or let me buy that back. Like, what? You can't buy it back. I mean, you can take it and finish it if you want, because I know had you had more time, you would have done some more things on there. But like, nah, what you mean? I'm a collector. We don't do that. Like, what you like? What do you do that?
like, yeah, man, your price done went up now. I'm holding on to this.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, I'm nervous. I'm gonna give it to him. He gonna finish it and then ask me for more money. Like, hold on, what you mean?
This is worth more now. But that's another thing. Artists out there, you can put as much as you want on a painting. You can paint a painting for 25 years because you can just add on to it as much as you want to. So that's what I've been learning too. There's a couple of things I went back into to revamp, and it actually made sense and people noticed it more. It's like, all right, well, I might have not worked as good this time, but now I did what I was supposed to do with it.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope, bro. And it's all about getting better. It's all about getting better. Yeah, I gotta get some of yours too, so I can throw in this collection.
Yeah,
just blowing up and growing up, man. So you know what I mean.
I got stuff, man.
I got to get that board ape early. You know, for like 400 or 500. You know.
Well, listen, man, listen. You're gonna get that Slim Sully early.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you're gonna get. You know, you're gonna know it's mine.
Yes.
My brother was saying like he felt like he didn't have his own style, but I'm like, no, you do. People knows his style from my style and my mother's style. Yeah. Yo, like
I can tell.
Yeah.
Like now, I couldn't see his piece alone somewhere, and that would never be associated with him, and still think that was him.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I haven't, you know, been as exposed to him, you know what I mean, as I have to you as well too. But anytime I see y'all 3 stuff together, like, I know whose is who. You know.
Yeah. You said something about double and triple entendres and stuff. Made me think of my son because, you know, he does hip hop.
Oh yeah. He got a nice little song out too.
Yeah, man. Look, that's my theme song. Like,
all right.
Funny because he has a whole mixtape called Something for Nothing, and it's been out for a little while. But I play the song great all the time because I want people to know that this is a dope song, but it's also a motivational song. And when people hear it, they're gonna associate it with him and me. So when you see me do my Suliman, I put it at the end. You hear it playing. The words are good. And it's a way for me to pay homage to him and be showing him, look, I believe in what you did. You didn't come out here and just do garbage on some tracks and want somebody to like it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I appreciate him for that. It's a lot of things that I'm doing that I'm starting to do more of. NFT world is something that I'm kind of focusing on more, well as revamping Funk Studios Control the Cool. That's going to be something we're going to be doing again with me, Joe Woods, and A. Kinsler. And anybody who wants to see the shows, we have about like 30 episodes on YouTube. Funk Studios Control the Cool. And one thing we did do together was created our own fragrance. Shameless plug, right? This is called Cool, COOL. And this is a good fragrance right here. It's actually a unisex fragrance. Women love it, but it's for the women to smell on the men.
Yeah.
Significant other, whatever, but it's a good, people like it.
Yeah, I gotta check that. I make sure that go good with my pH. You know what I mean? Everything don't smell good on everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I think it's good. The guy who made it is the Telefaro.
Okay.
He makes sure he helps you build your own fragrance.
Yeah. That's dope.
Little segue right there.
Yeah. You got a lot going on over there, brother. Okay. No. I like that. Let me see this piece behind you, though.
All right, let me step back. Well, this
okay, that's my comic book, man.
All right, can you see it? I don't know. Can you see it good enough?
Yeah. I can see that. That's hard.
Well, this is a piece I did down at the Brick City Jam that time.
Okay, yeah, true.
But it's so big that it's behind other paintings.
Yeah, already.
It's behind a couple of paintings. But I will show you this. This is a piece, a print of the mural that me and Malcolm Rowland did together.
Is this I didn't see this one in person. When did you finish this one?
This was done in May. It's
okay.
On Pilgrim Village. It's called Love Thy Village. It's actually on metal. It's on metal. It's in Newark, New Jersey, on 18th Avenue and Bergen Street, and it's up like a billboard. But it was 9 pieces of sheet metal, and it's up like high up. It's nice piece. We worked on that piece through the winter because we were working on the inside of one of the vacant apartment spots they had, and we put them, and then we got to put up on the wall, and then we started getting on the lift and doing our thing.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. That was the one y'all got that $20,000 check for. All right, cool. I remember that one. Yeah, I heard about that. You know what I mean? Little whispers in the art world. You know what I mean?
Maybe, maybe.
Hello, how you doing? Welcome, come on, dude. Yeah, I got all types of stuff going on. We actually got Black Game Night going on at my art gallery tonight. Yeah. So.
I respect that about it.
No experience required to enroll. Gain the skills you need to build your career in coding. Register for a 30-hour introductory course.
Hey,
Spots limited. Enroll
today. He ready. Like, look, it's time. It's 8:31.
Hey, listen. I already know.
Stop playing. The money is coming.
Hey, listen, we ain't on no CPT, baby.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I appreciate the hustle and your skill set. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. When I had my first Suliman live situation, I return the favor and interview.
Yeah, bro. Listen, bro. We definitely gonna do some things together this year. You know what I mean? Like I see you with all the shits. You know what I mean? You any and everywhere making it happen, putting it together. Creating and taking opportunities, brother. So yeah, every time I watch you, I'm like, yeah, I gotta get on. You know what I mean? I can't wrestle. You know what I mean? I gotta be on it. Like it's
let me know, man. Listen,
you know what I mean? I'm gonna turn around. He gonna be the mayor. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh man, listen, man. I'm trying to. This is what my plan is, and as well as my team, and just get us from being starving artists to being thriving artists, and to create a legacy, right? And to become wealthy while I'm alive, not when I'm dead. I want to be able to benefit from it now, have fun with my family, and then when I'm not here, they can still take over, you know?
Yeah.
So we think we can't do these things, and we can.
We
So
have so somebody asked, was your pieces still up at the Bridge Art Gallery?
yeah,
Yes.
yes,
They're gonna be up to the end of February, right?
yes. And we're supposed to do we're gonna do an artist talk. I think it's on the 22nd of February, if I'm
Okay.
not mistaken. Or you know what? I'm gonna double back but I think that's the date. I think the 22nd is where we have an artist talk.
Yeah, that sounds good. I should be able to slide through there.
It's gonna be virtual.
Oh, you doing it virtual?
Yeah, they're
Oh,
doing it virtual
all
because
right.
you know we got this situation going around. You know, so they're gonna do it like that.
All right, bet. All right, cool. So that's even better. Then I tune in. I ain't gotta go all the way out to Bayonne or nothing like that. You know what I mean? So we put
Not
that.
gallery though.
And then somebody had asked about a beer design collaboration.
Okay, let me tell you about this, and I'm glad you said that. I think that was either Yobi or Poncho. So Hackensack Brewing, we have an art exhibit there, right? And the closing was supposed to be the 29th, which is Saturday, but since snow was supposed to happen, they postponed it to the 6th. That's going to be a closing reception. So myself, Yobi, and Viva Poncho, we all created this design collaboration because the collaboration is the key, and they put it on a limited edition beer can called All That Jazz. And I'm kind of, so yeah, I'm giving you the now news because you need it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. I need a can of that beer, man. I need one to drink, and I need one to, you know what I mean, to have as a collectible. You know what I mean? So yeah, we definitely got to make that happen as well too. So when that come out?
That's actually going to be launched on the 6th. It was supposed to be
Oh,
launched on the 29th, but they rescheduled. So I think they're really going to drop it on the 5th because they have the anniversary of the location. But our closing reception is the next day.
okay.
But, I don't see them not showing it that day or they
Yeah,
some.
yeah.
Know,
That makes sense. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. You
But
want to manage anybody coming to the building, so yeah, you definitely want to show that.
yeah, man, it's a big thing, man. I'm happy to work with them two guys. They're dope artists. You got to follow them as well. They do their thing, and I'm not afraid to collaborate with anybody out there, any artist that wants to reach out and say, all right, I'm no matter where you are, because I did a collab with somebody in Uganda.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Joe Boy. He sent me a sketch through email that he did, and then I got on my tablet, my digital tablet, and I finished coloring it. And we had it in that actual show. The archaeology show was there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, dope. Yeah, that was a dope show too.
appreciate it. We had a lot. We tried. Our goal is to make sure you have a great experience, right? But feel
Mm-hmm.
something, right? And we always share the love.
Yeah, that's dope, brother. Yeah, I gotta cut it short because we gotta get the game night. Yeah, I know you designing clothes. You doing, you know what I mean? I see
Oh,
you.
Slim Marco. Watch out for Slim Marco. Marco Hall. Dope. Marco Hall. Shout out to you. More to come. We have more pieces left. We have about 8 more pieces from the limited edition Slim Marco collection. So if you're interested, hit us up, man.
Yeah. And what was that? A senator wearing one of yours or a
Oh,
Congress?
yeah. See, sometimes I'll be forgetting. So that
Yeah.
happened. Yeah, M. Teresa Ruiz, the senator, she made history for being in that position, the first Latina to
First
do
like
that.
senator. Yeah. And Jay.
And
Yeah.
she wore one of our collaborative pieces that was specifically made for her.
Mm. Yeah. Dope, bro. So you already know she is a supporter of the arts. So big things, man. We in a decent position in Jersey. You know what I mean? Got some people that care about the art. So that was dope. Yeah, definitely thank you
No,
for
thank you, brother.
all of that stuff that you've been doing, bro. You know what I mean? All the plans and everything you've been making. Yeah, I'm gonna be on your heels about all that NFT stuff as well too. Just so you
Hit
know.
me up.
Listen. I love to learn too. I teach so much people think I don't like to learn. Like, what you talking about? I want to learn too. You know what I mean? Teach me something. You know, definitely dope. So appreciate you for coming down tonight. Anybody that's interested in joining the Pay the Artist Club, just DM me, PTA. That's for Pay the Artists, United Parent Teacher Association. Don't really mess with kids like that. You know what I mean? DM PTA, and we can talk about getting you in the Pay the Artist Club so you can grow and glow as an artist. You can get there a lot faster, man. Appreciate you for coming out. God bless you. Steve Muse, Pay the Artist. Peace.
Peace, everybody.